I put a lot of time and energy into this hoop house behind me, and it's slowly dying. The stakes have never been higher for me, but the wind around here is so bad in the last week and a half, it's already caused a lot of stress points and issues with the plastic that I put on this hoop house here. So this is a 20 by 56 hoop house. It's been around, like I said, a week and a half, and it's still surviving. But the first thing I've gone ahead and did is the problem is there's a ballooning effect, so the plastic is lifting off the sides. It's not too bad right now because it's not a wind, but the plastic lifts off the side because I don't think there's a lot of tension at the top. So I put a bunch of ropes and ratchet straps, and you can see them all the way down, and they're trying to hold the plastic from lifting too hard. Because if it lifts, it applies a lot of pressure to these headboards where the wiggle wire is basically in place. Now, I think it's because the plastic might be a little loose on the top, and I'll show you guys in a second, my ladder is not high enough to go up there. I was able to kind of push and kind of put it into place because before there was no plastic, it was easier to get around, but I can't do that anymore. So, you know, it's looking really rough. Today is going to be the windiest weather I've seen, and I just hope these ratchet straps and these ropes keep it from falling apart and ballooning too much. So I don't know if you guys can see, with a little bit of wind, it's already ballooning quite a little bit. And then this wire, this little rope I have here, I saw at the top, I don't know if you guys can tell from this angle, but that plastic over there had actually a big tear at the top. So what's happening is, because the plastic is ballooning, it's pulling and it's applying more pressure at the top hoops. That's causing a lot of creases, and it already tore one hoop, which is a big problem. You can hopefully see that, you know, the plastic's moving quite a bit here in the wind. And this is what the ratchet straps are trying to stop, is trying to stop this movement in the wind. Long-term solution, I got wiggle wire and I got lock channel that I'm going to put on all the hoops to secure the plastic in place. But because this is a big greenhouse and you can see my ladder over there, it doesn't get all the way to the top. So I got to get a boom lift, and I'm going to do that later, which is I rent like a big crane that can put me into position so I can actually push the plastic on from the outside. It's a big hassle, but I think for the long-term structural integrity of this hoop house, it's something I'm gonna have to pay and kind of deal with. So I got me a boom lift outside, but inside I gotta put in the lock channels on the side of the greenhouse so the plastic doesn't move as much. That's what I'm doing right now. Already put up about half of them. Gonna do the other half real quick. Here's my new toy, the boom lift. I already used it to put the wiggle wires on a couple of these, so now that I put the wiggle wire on the inside, I get to use this bad boy to move around and do the wiggle wire from the outside. Let me tell you, it is scary as shit, but I gotta do this to secure the greenhouse. So yeah, we're about to get in the basket and have some fun, I guess. So it's so hard not to tear this part of the plastic usually when I stick in the thing. I got lucky with maybe one or two over there. But what I do is I start putting it in. And I mean, look at this. Interesting stuff. Yeah, I'm a clown. I'm a little clown boy. That Tobo boom lift, oh, it didn't work. So I got one corner, but when I tried to move it into position for the other wiggle wires in the other section of the greenhouse, it just wouldn't unhitch. Now, you can say, oh my god, how can you not just unhitch a Tobo thing? But look at this. This ground, I mean, it might look a little flat from the camera, but it's not even. Okay, there's ridges and bumps and movement. So last night I went all the way to Portland and I got me another boom lift. So here's me driving it, because that one is articulating. I was driving it all the way from where I parked it into the position, and it is here in position now. This is a nifty. This one can move. You see how it got wheels? I should have done this at the start. So because it has wheels, it can move on the ground and it won't get stuck, and I won't be able to worry about towing or untowing. We out here. Woo! We got the wiggle wire on the top. Let's go. We got a crazy view from up over here. Wow, everything looks so nice and beautiful. Storm just hit. Honestly, I was returning the boom lift, so I was away for the worst of it. But we out here still. Notice how the top is not doing shit. It's just sides now. These sides are doing it. That was probably the worst gust I've seen since I've been here, and it was way better than when the top wasn't secure. Honestly, if the top wasn't secure today, I feel like things would have broken. It's going through it. It's a good stress test. More movement on the hoops. Oh, I see it pulling on that thing, on the thing right there on the bottom. You see that, guys? That's not good. There was a screw there. I think it got undone. It's lifting that lock channel up. That's not good. The rest of these are somehow holding up. So today I finished up the, well, not finished, but I added more diagonal bracing here, like this one and some on this side. And then I also added these diagonal wooden studs that are supporting the studs over here. So the westward winds is always the biggest wind. It pushes this wall inward. So hopefully these two diagonal kind of woods take some of that pressure off the wall. I noticed the hoops near the wall with the diagonal bracing over here already were feeling a little more stable, but I need more material for the flat swaged adapters and the tensioners to get more of these done. So I'll do that when I get them in a couple of days or maybe a week or something. And basically when shit hits the fan, we get some crazy storm, even bigger than the last one, I'm going to build a wind wall. That's the kind of the last thing I'm going to try to do. But that's it. Honestly, when it starts to blow, it's scary in here. The thing moves, it shakes, the plastic flaps. It's scary, but I can't just keep on, trying to improve the structure of the greenhouse. At some point, I got to start growing things. It's already mid-May, so that's what my focus is going to be from now on. So we survived the storms. We made the greenhouse stronger, so hopefully it can last a little bit longer. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Subscribe and watch more of my Dirt to Dollars farming series. The next one is all going to be about the seeds and the growth of the greenhouse. See you guys later.